Hello and welcome on the Say Yes Yourself channel. I am Maureen, I'm your host and guide, and we are starting this journey together with a subject that I find very interesting and that can change a lot for you. It's about empowered choices. Yeah, I am trying the microphone thing. I don't know how it's gonna work, but I want to be able to take my time and speak as softly as I want and for you to still very much understand what I'm saying. And we're here to take our time, right? So we're trying stuff. And that's basically what we're all doing here as humans, right? Trying stuff, trying things out. So let's try this together and see how we like it, how we enjoy it. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. We don't know. We don't know. Anyway, yes, maybe I should add that. You know what I wanted to do? Yeah, let's go on a tangent. My Mercury is in Sagittarius. That's what I wanted to add. So I go on tangents. But what's interesting is that they are always serving a purpose somehow, even if I don't know at the time. You could add that it's my and define throat center as in human design too. And I was gonna say, the Say Yes to Yourself channel. I wanted to create a Say Yes to Yourself podcast at some point, and because I like being able to share things and talk and not have to record myself. And you can see that on the video right now where I'm not always looking at you because I'm just sharing stuff with you and I don't need the physicality of showing myself and looking at the camera. But also, I very much enjoy when I listen to podcasts, I go on YouTube and I don't really watch the video, but from time to time I do. And I feel like I am there with the people and I like having this as a support, as a visual support, even if I don't use it as such and I listen to it. So that's why I'm doing, because what I enjoy for myself, I tend to share in this way with others to give them as much as I enjoy receiving. So let me know what you think, right? If you prefer just, listen to your podcast or you like enjoying having the video too, and how you're enjoying this whole process, to be honest. So, yeah, today I wanted to start with this whole journey. It's exciting. Honestly, it's exciting. A bit, I was going to say scary, not really, but like, not so comfortable. Not so comfortable at all, even if I'm home and it's comfortable here. um, so I wanted to talk about empowered choices because it's something we have a lot of influence on and we may not even be aware of it. Like we could be blocking ourselves and blocking us from expansion and receiving more and experiencing what we want to experience in the way we want to experience it because we're just not open to it. And it's something that I've experienced personally a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. And I really do wish someone would have explained that to me in this way a lot sooner. And that I wouldn't have to figure it out by myself to then be able to apply it and recognize when I'm falling off of it and like, let's go back to it, Maureen, to be into empowered choices. And it's something that can be very natural to you, depending on how you've experienced life. But I personally experienced a lot of disappointment. I was gonna say oh my goodness, I was gonna say the word in French. You got the accent, you got the world instead of word, you got like all the things. Because yeah, I'm French. If you do not know that about me, so English is not my native language. Yeah, so when you've experienced a lot of disappointment in your life, there is a worry, and an uncertainty about what's going to happen for you, what you're going to get. And it's also something that as human, we're very easily, because we are often led by our mind and wanting results and productivity. So we are very often result oriented. And we want to know, if I do that, what am I getting? If I do that, what is going to happen? if I sign up for that, what do I get? And we are very much into the transactional aspect of getting something, and getting something that is exactly that's what I'm getting, exactly. And it may be very uncomfortable to actually not receive what we thought we would receive, or to not receive it in the way we thought we would receive it. And then we are very closed off to seeing what we are actually receiving. And that's very much when we are not empowered in our choices. So it's like, oh, I make this choice, but it's very conditional. It's very much, I choose that because I believe that I'll get that. It will lead me there and I'll receive that. And that is why I'm making the choice. And so I'm not open to what is actually possible for me, what is actually available for me. Because I only think in terms of this exact thing that I'm getting in this exact way that I'm going to experience it. And so I'm not in expansion. I'm not open to receiving other things because that's what I'm looking at. That's what I want. That's what I expect I'll get. And if you've experienced that in your life where you repeated amount of time, like it's just again and again and again and again. If it's just once, it's just once. But if you've experienced that often in your life where you were hoping for something or wishing for something or expecting something and you were disappointed, you're going to expect that, to be disappointed, to not receive what you want, to not receive what you thought you're gonna get, to not received what you were told you're gonna get. And then you're kind of closed off and contracted into, well, will I actually get what I want? And you'll be there's a possibility where you even kind of waiting to be proven right. See, I didn't get that. I didn't get that. I did not get that. And I should have known better. Like, of course, I wasn't going to get to receive that. Of course, that was too good to be true. And then you're proven right. And you want, your brain and your humans very comfortable to be proven right. It's very familiar, but it's also not giving you the actual result you wanted. And it's recreating this pattern of being right to be disappointed, of being right to not get what you want, of being right that, oh, see, people are promising a result they cannot deliver. And I know that for me, at some point, I was like seeing all those courses, masterclasses, programs, and wondering, will that actually give me what they say it will? And not to say that people are not being true or honest, because like I believe 100% that they're behind what they are selling and offering fully. But is it the thing for me? Will I actually get that, what I want? And also, what is in there? What's in the program? What is in the masterclass? Because maybe when there isn't any detail, I'm like, well, maybe it's something that I already know. If it's, for example, being very practical here and illustrating that in a way, if you use astrology or human design, it could be like, oh, I don't know, trying to come up with an idea, like the astrology placement you need to nail your marketing, right? That's something we see a lot with human design and astrology, to use it in your business with your clients, to reach out the right people that are here to work with you, that are needing you because they're here and they need you. And like, I'm here and they're there and trying to find each other. That's the marketing side of it, right? And I find that I use these examples because I love astrology and human design and use them a lot. And I'm always learning more about it and how to use them. But for me, in this example, because I know a lot about it, I'm like, oh, that's amazing. And I'm sure the course, the masterclass, whatever it is amazing and is great. But because I already know so much about astrology and human design, I'm like, is it actually knowledge that I already have? You know, where am I in that? It's like you have a French class and the teacher's telling you how you're going to learn French and speak French, and you're like, that's amazing, and it's absolutely completely true. The teacher is teaching French and is good at teaching French and know French. So of course you're going to learn French and learn how to master French and speak French and write French and blah, 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 all that. It's not like, oh, actually Spanish. Surprise. It's no, that's what it is. And they're capable of that and they know how to do that. But if it's for me, like, well, I know French, so I don't actually need that. If it's someone who start French and they go to the class like, oh, it's amazing, I'm learning French. If it's someone who actually is fluent in French, but who wanted to actually learn more specific aspect of it, like in a specific context and situation, and go deeper into their mastery of French, maybe the course is for beginners and they're advanced. And so it's like, oh, the course is great, the person is great, you learn French, but it's not a match for me, right? So there are those things where you're like, oh, what's actually, is it actually for me? And that's also why I tend to give as much information as I can in my work and in my offers, you know, and sometimes like when it's a channeling session, like I'm telling you what you're going to get, but exactly, I don't know because I haven't channeled it yet, right? But to give as much detailed information for the person to be able to connect with your work and be able to know and relate and understand and like within them if it's for them or not, right? So there is this connection of you being open to, is that for me or not? And when the mind is there, like, oh, that's your answer, you should do that. That's your answer, you should do that. Like, well, maybe it's not your answer. Maybe that's not the right thing for you. So tune into yourself, right? And then being empowered in this choice. It's like, you know, you feel the connection, you feel the attraction, you're drawn to this offer, you're drawn to this masterclass, whatever it is. But then you have more questions. You have more wondering. Will it actually give me this result? Will this actually be the masterclass that changes everything for my marketing, for example? And that's when you go into, I expect this to give me the magical answer and to result in me nailing my marketing and finding all of my perfect clients and doing amazing work with them. And that's very conditional. And it's not empowered because it's like, oh, this is the thing that is going to give me what I want. That's the result that I want. So I want this result. I'm oriented toward the result I'm going to get. And I put the pressure on this to give me that. When you switch that and you're like, okay, I know the information about the masterclass, the course. I know that it's for me. You know, it's not like, oh, it's actually a one-on-one course, like a beginner course, and I'm advanced. So like, oh, that may not be for me, right? Or if you really feel drawn to that, you're like, ooh, that's still for me. There is a reason, right? So that is, okay, we've validated that I'm drawn to that, but then it really better give me the result it says it will. And that's when we close ourselves off from receiving what we actually are here to receive. Because if it's an empowered choice, you're like, ooh, I've decided, I know that, I've chosen that, I know it's beneficial to me. I know that it's getting me towards that, right? It's not a course to learn how to care for your kids. That's not what it is. You know what it is. And you are choosing that. But then you're empowered in the choice, in the yes, which is, I know that I'm going to get something very beneficial. I know that I'm going to get what I want, even if it looks differently, even if it's in another way, even if it's not the exact result that I thought I was going to get. Because I trust myself, I trust my choice, and I am empowered in this choice, where I know it is for me and it's going to give me something, lead me somewhere. I'm going to receive something out of it. And interestingly enough, I remember taking, I don't remember what it was exactly, but some kind of a small, tiny program, a course. I don't remember what it was, like the structural name of it. And I already had this knowledge, and it didn't really give me the result of the exact thing. But I met people there. I met a friend there that I can share and talk with about all of the stuff. And that's very valuable and very beneficial. And we may not always know where it's leading us, but you know that when you make an empowered choice, you receive from it a lot. And I know that in my case, there are a lot of times where, because I've been disappointed, because it's like, oh, with this masterclass, you're going to learn how to use your astrology to what? I don't know. To stop procrastination, to get for what you want. No more procrastination in your whole life because of this masterclass, using your astrology, using your human design, using whatever you want. Do I believe that it can do that? Absolutely. Absolutely. The person is doing their work. They are amazing at it. It's life-changing. I have no freaking doubt. Personally, no doubt. I know it is. I know it can do that. Will it do that? Will it? I'm not so sure. Because the will it is very definitive. Like, it will do that for you. Maybe it won't. Maybe it won't. Can it? Of course it can. It freaking can. Because they've created something amazing. They've mastered something, their skills, and package it in a way that you can use that for procrastination in this example. It is. It can do that. But will it? Maybe not for you. Maybe not for me. Maybe there are other stuff to work through and work on to get this result of stopping procrastination for your whole life. Never happening ever again, right? But we are taught and shown how to look for magic pills and instant results. And then we may forget that it's up to us to use those things. It's like going to the gym. I don't go to the gym, but using examples. I do my Pilates session every day at home with my app. So comfortable. I love Melissa. Love you, Melissa. But people go to the gym. So use this example. People go to the gym and you want to be fitter, feel better in your body and feel strong. And you have a trainer there. Like, it's not the trainer's job to do the exercise. The trainer's helping you get you what you need, but you still need to do the exercises, right? So there is a part of you doing the work. And so thinking like, oh, I signed up for that, so I'm going to get that exact result. And if I don't get it, and if I don't get it immediately, it was wrong. And then you feel disappointed. And then you feel like you've been lied to. And you feel like it's something that, again, didn't work. But when you actually look at it from, is that something that is right for me, that I feel called to follow and answer? Yes or no? Yes, then I trust myself. I empower myself in this choice. It's not upon the exact result that I think I'm going to get. It's not upon the result of the person. I trust the person to give me exactly what they say they're going to give me. And I trust myself to receive exactly what I need for this purpose. Exactly what I need. And then what happens is that because you're in this empowerment of self, you are opening yourself up to receive. And you're in this intention of like, I've signed up for that because I'm going to get something amazing, because that's for me. And I'm going to get everything that is for me here. And maybe it looks like that. Maybe it will go this way. Maybe it won't, but I'm going to get something amazing out of it. And then what happens is that you're receptive of receiving things, receiving insight, receiving guidance, receiving like activation. And that's something that happens a lot for me, where I've attended masterclasses and it's like, I wouldn't have said that the exact result of what I was going to get came the way I thought it would, but it came through me being receptive and being connected and being willing to receive and open to receive it differently than I thought. And then I had light bulb moments and I had revelation, and it wasn't like, oh, because the other person told me that. It's like, oh my God, that's a revelation. It's like, no, it's listening to the other person and connecting with the energy of the other person that actually created a lot of light bulbs moment within me, because I was open to that, because I wasn't focused on the result of like, oh, they're going to teach me something. And through this teaching and listening to that, I'm going to get that. I was open to, I'm going to receive. I'm going to go further in this journey by signing up in this masterclass. I'm going to get something amazing. And so I am open to receiving something amazing. It could look different than what I thought. But when we go into something, well, it's signing up for something. That's just examples to make it very easy to understand and perceive it in your real life, in your physical human life, in the reality of the physical. But it could be like you step into something, an activity, an experience, a situation, whatever it is. If you have a notion of something and it's not what you expect, you can easily be disappointed. And you also you're closed. You're not open to receiving anything else, because your consciousness, your awareness, your whole energy is not open at all. It's closed off. And when you open, you get to receive a lot more, and to receive a lot more activation and insights and changes. And then things are just unfolding and opening up for you. And what's the difference? One person was open to that and the other was closed off and ready to judge whether if this other person in front of them is going to give them what they said they would in their own perception of what they thought they were going to get or not. And it's like, is it what I wanted or not? 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 Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. See, I was right. I didn't get what I wanted. That's bullshit. No, that's not it. When you are empowered in your choices, it's about trusting yourself. I've made that choice. I know that it's for me. I expect things to come out of it. However they may look, I know that it's benefiting me. And because you know it's benefiting you, because you trust yourself into receiving all of that, you expect to receive all of that, and you receive those things without being result-oriented, without having this kind of narrow perception of what you're going to get. And it's something that you can try with anything you want. Anything you want, a conversation, going out in the world, with content too. You can do that on Instagram. Whatever, however you want to do that, try the difference. Try being open to receiving, like setting the intention that, oh, I'm gonna receive exactly what I need from opening up Instagram right now. And you feel yourself being open to that, and to whatever the shape, whatever the form, however it is. But I'm going to receive something. I'm open to receiving something. And it's not in a, I need to receive something and it needs to be really good and it needs to save me. No, being open and setting that intention that you're going to receive something. I remember not long ago, I was on a call, and I wasn't even exactly sure what it was going to be about. And because I've experienced that very often, where I'm like, oh, I'm kind of disappointed because I didn't get what I was hoping to get. Yeah, but maybe you got something else, or maybe you weren't open to receiving. All right? So you didn't receive much or anything because you were not open to that. And I had this thought before the call that I'm gonna experience change and something and receive a lot from this call. Guess what? I did. And then I'm open to actually recognize what I've received. Like, ooh, that's interesting. And it can be very different than what you would have guessed. Like, not even expected, like, ooh, well, that's interesting. I wouldn't have never thought of that. I wouldn't have ever guessed it, right? But you are open to that. You're willing to receive it. So check in with yourself. When you are choosing something, is it empowered or is it more into a result-oriented perception of it? Of like, I've signed up for that, but I better get exactly that in this exact way. And are you waiting to strike? See, still didn't get it. See, still didn't get it. See, still didn't get it. Until you're at the end of the thing you've signed up for and like, I was right. Didn't get what they said I would get. And then try differently. I feel powerful in my choice. I know that this sign up is for me. Maybe I'll get exactly what I think I'm going to get in the exact way I'm going to get it. Maybe I'm going to get even more. Maybe I'm going to be surprised and get things that are very different. Maybe I'm going to get so much more, like an abundance of activation, of insights, of changes, of consciousness, of knowledge. And it's going to result in even more than what the other person is giving you, because you are receiving from this interaction so much more, because you're open to it, because you are setting the intention for it, because you are trusting yourself that this is an empowered move and you are a powerful person and you are receiving so much out of it. And you're open to all of this. A slide coming. Hello. And you're open to all of this, right? You are unjudgmental. You're empowered. You know that because you signed up, because you wanted to, it's for you. It is for you. Absolutely. So that's what I want to share with you today, because I know that for me, there was a lot of this, will it actually give me what I want? Will it actually give me what I think it's going to get me? Will it actually give me what they said it would? Is it yet? Is it not? Is it yet? Is it not? And then I'll lose out on so much that is available to me. And if you're not sure of your choice, you can say no. If it's your brain saying, that's the thing that's going to save you, and you check in with yourself and you're like, actually, maybe not. Well, it's a no then. That's good. Follow those empowered choices and then step into them with that. Because the energy with which you start something is the energy you implement within the thing. So that's the energy that's going to unfold for you. So if you start with, not sure I'm going to get what I want. Well, you may get it, but it's a bit risky. I wouldn't risk it. Now that I know it, now that I've experienced that, now that I've shifted that, I don't do that anymore. And you receive so much. And also there is this kind of magic of life unfolding and of receiving things in a way that you're like, ooh, I couldn't have created that. I couldn't have known to ask that, and in this way. And I'm delighted by it. So that was your first, how do we call that? I wish I knew it sooner video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was clear for you. Feel free to comment, like, share this video, and to follow me on Instagram, and to say hi. I would love to hear about you. I was going to wishing you a very good evening. I don't know what time it is, but I'll see you soon, and take care and enjoy this human journey as a soul. I'm here to support you through it. We get it.